Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to create a doll with a more darker look, with tattoos and spikes and cute underwear. This doll is up for sale on my Etsy, so I'll leave the link in the description box below. For this video, I chose to use a Nefera doll. I'm going to cut off all her hair as close to the scalp as possible. This will help to remove the hair plugs much easier from the inside. I'm dunking her in hot water to remove the head and also loosen up the glue from the inside, and in circular motions I pull out the hair. Then taking acetone, I will remove the factory paint, squishing the head just to get into those hard to get parts. Once the face up is removed, I will wash her with water, let her dry, seal her 3 times with Mr. Super Clear, and I will start contouring and blushing her face using pastels. Then getting the eye shape using a brown pencil. This way I can remove it easier while I get the initial shape until they're a perfect match. I'm sketching out where I want her eyebrows using a pastel in a pencil form. For this doll, I wanted to give her a black smoky eye, so I'm taking black pastel, a very thin brush, and I'm going to start creating her eye look. Removing any excess using a soft squishy eraser. I'm not sure what they're called. I think they're called kneady erasers. And I'm now on my second layer of Mr. Super Clear, and I'm going to start adding the blacks. Intensifying the black eyeshadow again, using white pencil to do her sclera, and now moving on to the eyebrows, creating little tiny lines and strokes. As for the lips, I wanted to give her a black lip. I just love seeing them on dolls and also on myself. I'm trying to get in those hard to get spots on the lips. Now I will be creating her eyes. I'm going for a darker on the outside, and I love to create a little bit of a shade on top. Blend the pencils together, intensify the white, again going on the eyes with the black pastel. I'm using black watercolor just to get in that hard to get line on the lips to make it completely black, using a very thin pencil. Moving on to the eyes again, there's a lot of back and forth, and I'm creating her iris. And I'm happy with her face up, so I'm going to add some highlight. I'm using a Makeup Forever eyeshadow because it's very popping, and I apply it using a Q-tip. And this will be the last layer of Mr. Super Clear that I will be adding. Now I'm using white acrylic to create the catch lights on her eyes. High gloss varnish to gloss up the eyes, make them look a little bit more alive, and also on the lips. I love a glossy black lip. So now I'm going to start gluing her hair. I made black wefts out of yarn. I didn't film this part because firstly I did reroute the doll and I cut it into the nice bob that I wanted with the bangs. I boil washed it, but it was so puffy and I couldn't get it to sit properly, so I decided to go for what. For the hair part, I will glue it and flip it so I hide where the connection is and the glue. And then I took this Draculaura headband, I cut off the bad wings, and I will glue some spikes on it, which are for nail art. At first, I used a UV gel nail polish, but they weren't sticking properly and they came off, so I ended up using my gem glue in the end. But I didn't film it. It was like a trial and error. But yeah, I used gem glue. Now I'm taking this black lacy ribbon and I will be creating her bra. And I'm going to glue everything instead of stitching it. When I chose the first ribbon, when I attached it on, it looked fine, but once I was trying to, make it on her body, it was too small and most of her breast was out, so I added an extra bit of lace. So now I will be creating her boots. I'm just sketching out her leg to get the pattern. And also her panties. Cut it up. And I will be using a stretchy, leathery looking fabric. I will cut on top, I will leave for seam allowance, but not on the side because there is enough on the way I put the pattern on the fabric, if that makes sense. So first I'm going to stitch it on top. And then the sides. I will be adding some, again, nail decorations on the bra. It's like metallic little dots. I put a little star in the middle. And now I'm going to cut her underwear. The boots kind of look like socks. And then I will be adding the heel later on with epoxy sculpt. This is actually the piece that inspired the whole look. I'm not sure from which doll it is, but yeah, the moment I saw it, I knew that I had to create this doll. There's some extra details of spikes around the arms and the neck, so I'm painting those silver. And I'm also going to be creating some, so I made some suspenders for her, and I added also some, again, nail decor for extra detail. Then I want to blush her body. I have sprayed it with Mr. Super Clear. And then I will be adding tattoos on her, which I bought from Etsy, and again, they're for nail designs. So you just put them in water and they just come off the paper, and you can glue them on the doll once they're dried up. Make sure they're really wet so they can slide on the doll and you can position them. Because as soon as there's no water, they become permanent and you can't move them around. I decided to add a deer and a fox on each leg. And then I'm going to be painting her green gloves into black just to match the whole look. Now I'm going back to the boots and I will be creating the heels using epoxy sculpt. I made a thin layer and I'm kind of tracing the pattern here for the soles. Cut them in shape using my X-Acto knife. And once they're ready, I filed them just to make them smooth, which got the shoes a little bit dirty, but I cleaned them using a cotton bud and some water. I painted the heel black, and now it's time to assemble her. And here she is, the finished doll. Now I'm just going to add some eyelashes. Thank you for watching, and as I said, I will leave her link in the description and also my Instagram. Thank you for watching. See you in the next